Hello, everybody, and welcome back to The Void. I'm Player 1.
I'm Player 2.
And welcome back to Danganronpa. Bing, 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 bing.
Alright, so, ominous music.
Don't worry, I've caught him up. We're going into the trial after completing our investigation. Let's figure out the truth.
Hey, so is everyone going to... What? My blind, or are we missing someone?
Yo.
Yeah. Choco's not here.
Huh? And Choco is...
You really don't remember.
Come on!
I'm kidding. How could I forget that little nut job? She's a crucial part of this class trial.
What are you gonna do?
Okie dokie, I'm gonna go ahead and drag her out here, kicking and screaming. One moment, please.
And just like he said, a few minutes later, he reappeared, dragging Toko behind him. I told him I didn't want to, but he forced me. I can't believe you would drag a girl around. Terrible. You're terrible.
Now everyone's here, right? Okay then, hustle into the elevator and let's get this show on the road. See you guys down there.
Let's go.
So, shall we get going? It's time to find out who killed Chihiro. Chihiro Fujisaki. She was so gentle, so calm and meek. Nobody had any problems with her. Someone made the choice to kill a girl like that. And that murderer is one of us. Someone standing right here.
In front of us.
69 units saying it's Mondo.
We'll see.
It's true.
Aren't you gonna place your bet on who you think it's gonna be?
Well, no, because I already know.
Coward. Smooth rolls on. Began to descend.
I couldn't get a handle on my emotions. Couldn't stop speculating. The steel box sank with heavy clunking sounds deeper and deeper into the ground. And as we went deeper, the uneasiness in my heart grew bigger and bigger.
You know, it's frightening. The fewer people that go down in here, the heavier the box seems to be.
The elevator was unaffected, however, and continued to descend without hesitation, until finally, it came to a sudden stop.
What do you think? I redecorated. Isn't it so fresh? Isn't it so exciting?
Don't waste our time with stupid questions. Let's get this over with.
Very nice.
Good. You rip raring to go. Gotta say, I don't hate none at all.
Well,
Okay then, let's get this show on the road.
thrills, chills,
Everyone, please
kills.
find your side seats.
Thrills, chills, kills! And so the curtain opened once again. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial. Alright, let's see here. So here's all our stuff. Right. We have 16 clues.
Okay.
So, time of death 2 a.m. Girls' locker room. Blunt object killed instantly. Sakura. Chihiro did not want to train with Sakura and Aoi. She may have been meeting someone. Dumbbells, the murder weapon. Chihiro told everyone listening she wanted to get stronger. The card reader. You need the males for the male room and the females for the female room. The Dead People ebooks. Leon's is broken. Genocide Jack file. Chihiro kept distance from the girls. The boys' carpet has a nasty stain. The locker room posters seem to be switched. Chihiro's book is missing. Chihiro has a blunt head injury and is tied up with an extension cord. Sakura made a stain on the girls' carpet, but it's not there. Extension cord is missing from the lamp. Yeah. And Celeste met Chihiro before the death.
Set skills. Do we have another thing?
Attentive influence. Increases the influence gauge by 2. Breathing technique. Focus gauge recovers more quickly.
Vocabulary.
Increases bullet capacity.
Take it.
Okay. Try. All rise.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Okay, then. So, first off, let's talk about the murder weapon!
First, we have to make clear what was used to deliver the fatal blow.
Chihiro's fatal injury. It appears it was a head wound.
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a blunt instrument. But what kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
Probably.
I bet it was an iron pipe.
No.
Interesting. That certainly would make for a powerful weapon.
Poor Chihiro.
Which one do we have to contradict it, right? So do we go for iron pipe?
According to the Monokuma file, the killer used a
Or is it
what
here?
kind of blunt instrument could it have been?
Okay. Yeah.
Chihiro's, it appears it was.
According to the Monokuma file, what kind of blunt?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
Shit.
Interesting.
Damn.
That certainly would.
Poor Chihiro.
Damn. You're wasting time.
Chihiro's, it appears it was.
According to the Monokuma file, what kind of blunt instrument?
I bet it was an iron pipe.
There we go. No, that's wrong.
Does he really just say, no, that's wrong?
Can we agree that the object that dealt the fatal blow was the dumbbell, found at the scene of the crime? It was covered in blood, and there was nothing else at the scene that could have caused that kind of injury.
And the wound on the victim's head is consistent with the shape of the dumbbell. As far as I'm concerned, there's no mistake and no room for doubt on this one.
You looked at her head wound?
Yay! That's so creepy!
If you don't mind, I will proceed from here. Let's move on to discussion of the culprit. Although, I believe the criminal behind this heinous act is already quite clear.
What? For real?
Chihiro's killer is the fiendish serial killer, Genocide Jack.
Genocide Jack, the fiendish serial killer. Did he really kill Chihiro?
No.
A new element has been added to non-stop debates. Ooh. For this debate, lines of white noise will appear to disrupt your reactions. Your truth bullets will disappear if they hit these lines, so think of them as obstacles in your debate. But there's a way to keep this white noise from getting in your way. It's the X button to attach to silencer, which you can use to shoot down the white noise. However, if you shoot an actual mark with your silencer instead of the white noise, the timeout will decrease. Oh, but if your action difficulty is set to gentle, white noise won't appear at all. I forget, what difficulty are we?
Normal. Wait, how's there difficulty in a game like this?
More white noise, more bullets you can
The
pick.
culprit is Genocide Jack. I'm sure of it. Case closed, as far as I'm concerned.
But impossible.
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on. There's just no proof for it.
Hey, so speaking of
probably-
Genocide Jack, I don't know who that is.
The culprit is case closed.
That's impossible.
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on. There's just no proof for it.
Hey, so speaking of Genocide Jack, I don't know who that is.
The culprit is case closed.
Why? What makes it impossible?
Well, I mean, come on. There's just no proof for it.
No, that's wrong. I might know one reason he could be involved.
What?
I found this file while I was looking around the archive in the library. I guess it's some kind of confidential file the police put together about the Genocide Jack case.
What? That's kinda weird as shit, isn't it? What was something like that doing in the library?
The why of it is probably more trouble than it's worth. So let's forget about that for now. More importantly, it outlines all the specifics of every Genocide Jack case in exceeding detail. According to the file, there appear to be two defining characteristics in every Genocide Jack case. The first is that a bloody message is found written at the scene of every murder.
Oh, that's right. Boob lust.
Shut the fuck up, Tafumi. God damn.
No. It's actually bloodlust.
But more important is the other characteristic, and it's something that has never been made public.
Never made public? What the hell is it?
Why don't you tell them, Makoto?
Tell them, Naegi. How the victim was positioned.
I got it! Apparently, in every Genocide Jack case, the killer suspends the body in a certain way. Other than the killer, the only people who know about this are the higher-ups in the police department.
However, Chihiro was most definitely suspended in the same way.
Actually, no.
So, how did the culprit know about this when only high-level police officials were aware of it? There's only one logical answer I can think of. It's because the culprit in this case is the real Genocide Jack.
No fucking way!
You're saying Genocide Jack is one of us?
Yes, in fact, it's Toko.
Oh?
What?
What?
Genocide Jack's true identity is Toko Fukawa.
Oh. Oh, he's just saying it. Oh, he's just saying it.
You lie!
What? Hey, okay, wait, hold on a sec. Toko has like bloodophobia or whatever, remember? What kind of serial killer is afraid of blood?
Is Toko Genocide Jack? The answer is yes and no.
Another riddle? Man, why is this gotta be so complicated?
It's a riddle for sure, but I feel like I understand it. What it means for Genocide Jack to be Toko, but also to not be Toko? The answer is that he's not just one person, but multiple people, right? Oh, Hangman's Gambit. What do we gotta spell? I don't know what we have to spell. Something something H-I. Split personality. What do we have to spell? Something something H-I? What the hell? What word works there?
Schizo.
Schizo?
Schizo. O S Z-O.
Now I understand.
Okay. Sure. That's
Is
not.
it because Genocide Jack has a split personality?
That's not what schizophrenia is. It's not the same thing. Game?
Huh?
Meat on the bone. Come on now.
I think I read that somewhere in the file too. They thought that the suspect might have, what did they call it? Dissociative identity disorder.
Oh, okay. But still, to go and say that about Miss Fukawa is...
Perfectly acceptable. Toko's strange behavior after seeing the body is proof enough that she has a split personality.
The one thing that shows Toko could have a split personality.
I got it!
Remember?
You're talking about how she started acting totally different than usual, right?
That's right. Think back. She fainted when she saw Chihiro's corpse, and then, when she woke up...
I'm fine. Yeah. Whoa, is that a dead body? Hey, are you dead? Yeah!
Just hit her head real hard.
The world has a front and a back, a top ending and a bottom, a sea of truth and a web of lies.
This is concerning.
She was acting funny, that's for sure. That melancholy tone of hers completely disappeared.
Don't go assigning adjectives to my tone without permission.
Not to mention, once she regained consciousness and saw Chihiro's body again, she was utterly calm. In other words, within her is one personality that can handle blood, and one that obviously can.
So when Toko trapped herself in her room, it's because she was scared of Genocide Jack?
The reason she locked herself in her room wasn't to keep other people from getting in. It was to keep her other personality from getting out.
What?
Toko was afraid. Afraid of the murderous fiend inside of her. Of killing even more people.
How? Yeah. How can you know all this?
I do believe you misunderstood her. What she's trying to say isn't, how can you know all this? No. What she wants to know is, how could you tell them?
Huh?
Last night, just before Monokuma gave his motive speech, Toko and I had a strange conversation. She told me a most interesting story. She said a murderous fiend lived within her, and she was afraid it could appear and attack at any time. And that trepidation is what's caused her to have such a bleak attitude. Isn't that right, Toko?
This is all a lie. Right, Toko?
You said you wouldn't tell anyone.
Oh.
What?
You
promised. Sweet baby girl,
I
no.
can't believe you lied!
You have only yourself to blame. You came to me with your tragic little story. I didn't ask you to.
God, he
This
ass.
is the real world, not some romantic fantasy fairy tale. Besides, you broke your promise first. You said that as long as you were here, no matter what, you wouldn't let Genocide Jack kill anyone. But in spite of that promise,
You said if I kept my promise, you would go out with me. That's the only reason I promised.
how many times do I have to tell you? I never said that.
Damn.
But you weren't able to do it. You just couldn't resist that rush you got from killing, could you?
I tried. I swear I tried to control it,
But your efforts were useless. What a disappointment.
I hate you.
Well, the opening act is nearly finished. All that's left is to hear from the person in question directly.
The person? You don't mean...
Come on out.
Toko's body suddenly lunged backwards. A huge thud echoed across the courtroom. But in the next second...
Yeah!
Well, hello there! Is it me you were hoping to see?
Yes, what the heck?
So you figured it out, huh? Well, whatever. What are you gonna do? I'm the ultimate murderous fiend, Genocide Jack! Or better yet, let's go with Genocide Jill!
What the fuck is this?
That is terrifying.
What happened to you?
Not Toko, that's a loser name, and what happened is a textbook split personality. So what if one of them happens to be a serial killer? You should turn a blind eye to one's faults.
I love them. Cool. Funny.
Why is her tongue so long? Damn.
I don't know.
Like she's trying to mimic me. The hell?
Like they say, sound in murderous mind, sound in murderous body.
This one is so different from the one we've come to know.
Yes, well, the world is composed of a front and a back, you know. Just like how every inning has a top and a bottom, or how in the depths of every truth lives a little lie. Behind every dark and gloomy soul lives another that shines as bright as the sun!
This is the murderous fiend Genocide Jack? This is beyond insane.
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Cute.
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'll tell you, I am the mastermind of all masterminds! Just kidding!
Then it's not true?
Of course it's not true! How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid! And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless! I mean, they just let this idiotic bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town!
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people. It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone. Just kidding again!
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death. There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
A motive?
Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed. Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined. So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
Huh?
But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion.
Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
Yeah. I could never believe a word you say, you monster.
Maybe she's totally right about that, but something's still bothering me. What she said, I need to get some more details about all of this. Status of the dead body.
Sorry, but I didn't kill anyone.
You say that, but do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking!
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely.
That's
what
it.
more
Shit.
proof
Shoot
do
it.
we need? Give it up. You killed her.
No.
I wonder what would happen if someone hugged Genocide Jack.
When you compare your past murders to this, the modus operandi matches completely.
No, that's wrong.
Actually,
Are the methods of murder really exactly the same? I'm not so sure about that. I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
Huh? How is it any different?
Uh-oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you! I murder with passion and conviction. I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things. Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything. But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee. This is no creation of mine.
are they allowed to do that?
I don't know.
Are we gonna get
Let me
copyright
rephrase
strike?
that in a way that maybe makes more sense. There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
There's one clear difference.
Yes.
I got it! For one, the cause of death is different. In the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way. According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors. But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
Yes. That is remarkably different from the other murders.
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method? And there's more. One more conflicting detail.
That's right. In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce.
Could you please stop comparing killing people to cooking?
So, are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
What was used?
I got it! Do you remember what the killer used to suspend her? They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists.
What is your point?
Well, in all the previous Genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend them. Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
And guess what? I use my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement. Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use. And you know what else? Big Mac said there's two differences, but he's wrong.
She called Makoto Big Mac.
Big Mac? Are you referring to me?
Listen up, Big Mac. There's actually one more difference.
Huh?
My word, you really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims were in each Genocide Jack case. There's a pattern there, just waiting to be discovered.
A pattern?
Figure that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
It's a pattern, and Chihiro didn't fit it? If you look at the names of every victim, what you'll notice is... I think I figured out. They're all men.
I got it!
Because Chihiro was her lover.
Is it because Chihiro was a girl?
Bingo! Bullseye! Right on the money!
What are you talking about?
In all the Genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
They were all dudes. Yeah.
They were all guys?
That's right! The people I kill with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men! I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
The hell is wrong with you?
I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl! And the mopey side of me just hates it!
character is so entertaining.
But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged madam!
So since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid. I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line. That's the absolute reality of the one and only.
We get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it. It's a different matter entirely. When you're forced to kill in order to survive.
Quiet, lowly cur!
Lowly cur?
Damn.
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival. And if by some fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect!
That does make some amount of sense.
Plus, whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors. Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school?
Any scissors? I don't just use any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class envy of the entire world scissors!
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
Are there?
About that.
Are you sure about that?
She's fully equipped!
That's right! So I can kill anywhere, anytime! Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side? Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong! You can't, can you, gutter dogs, all of you! Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot! So rope's totally out of the question anyway!
I have no idea
Damn, she has to be really strong to put scissors through concrete walls.
But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
Yeah! That's why we figured it had to be the real deal and not some copycat killer or whatever.
Actually, hold on. There is one person. One person who could have copied the Genocide Jack cases.
The catharsis is there, but I don't think it's good.
Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records. Plus, you'd already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it?
Then the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
So, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it! The adorable glasses man was behind it all! Oh, I'm on fire!
Well, Byakuya, what's your response?
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me. Then I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
Looking back and thinking about it now, the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange.
In the locker rooms. They're suspicious. Very suspicious indeed. Wouldn't you agree? It seems nobody's searched the locker rooms. Let's start with the girls' locker room.
You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy...
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say? The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
But did we know she was dead?
Nothing strange about that, I'd say.
On the contrary, there's something very strange.
Okay then, what's so strange about it? Go ahead, share with the rest of the class.
No one knew where the body was.
Ooh, a new element. Truth flashback. If you aim at a weak spot and hold down the triangle button, then you'll memorize that weak spot. It's This memorized phrase can only be shot once as a single truth bullet. So we can use what people say as evidence too. What did he say? Hold triangle?
Yeah.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird... how?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room,
You absolutely take it! That's a natural reaction for any guy!
No.
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
I wish you'd taken me with you.
First, hold the triangle on the first one, then shoot
you said Byakuya was
before we found the body.
Yes.
But he was acting...
If you're presented with the opportunity to check...
That's a natural reaction!
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl.
No, that's wrong!
I'll tell you what's so strange about that, because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was. So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
I see. That's a good answer, I must admit. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still too weak.
Huh?
What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead. Show us.
What's with Byakuya's attitude? It's like he doesn't even care. I've got him cornered, but he's acting like it has nothing to do with it.
What's the matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
There is. I think.
There is more to it. Think about it. We just talked about the differences between this case and past
Now they're gonna talk
genocide
about the
Jack
extension
incidents.
cord.
The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
What? The difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
But Chihiro
No,
was suspended with...
That's true.
It was some kind of rope. Was it not?
That's right! It absolutely was!
Hold one of those?
Then there must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
There we go.
Obviously, somebody else must have had it hidden away somewhere.
The difference you want me to explain when I want to kill, and I use those same... But Chihiro, it was some kind of...
That's right!
Then there must be...
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you...
I'd never seen that rope before in my life. Obviously, somebody else must have had it hidden away somewhere.
So, does that just give us 10 minutes to get it?
Yeah, this is 10 whole minutes for this one section.
Then there must be something very...
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I've never seen that rope before in my life. Obviously, somebody else must have had it hidden
Damn,
away
well, I mean,
somewhere.
it's probably good then. Damn.
The difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
Triangle is to shoot.
But Chihiro was suspended with... It was some kind of rope. Was it not?
That's right! It absolutely was!
Then there must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life. Obviously, somebody else must have had it hidden away somewhere.
What? The difference between the... You want me to explain when I want to kill, and I use those
How do I use the...
Chihiro, it was some kind of...
That's right! Then there must be
To get rid of the problem?
Hey, Byakuya,
where'd you...
I'd never seen that rope before in my life. Obviously, somebody else...
Damn it.
else must have had it hidden away somewhere.
What? The different? You want me to explain? I want to kill, and I use those same scissors.
We suck at this.
That's right. It absolutely
Behold, the Dark Souls of this game.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
There, we got it.
No, that's wrong.
Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it before. Because, you see, that rope, or should I say, that extension cord?
What? An extension cord?
Byakuya, you've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you? And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time went missing after the murder. And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
And Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this? I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message. I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it. Is that about right?
He's doing it again. He's totally calm, totally unconcerned, as if he's not even involved. Wait, not even involved?
What's wrong? I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer.
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
He kept calling this a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to win.
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second? I think we need to talk about this a little more.
Huh? Do we really need to? We've already decided who did it.
I know, but still, there's something that's still bothering me.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you? I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime. Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath. What about all that bothers you?
Carpets.
Wait, what was that just now? Something's not right. Chihiro's body was definitely found in the girls' locker room. But does that mean... Can I really just accept what Byakuya said as the truth? No, I don't think so. There's definitely something off about what he said.
Scene of the crime.
I got it! You say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right? But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
How disappointing. What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown. She was found dead in the girls' locker room. There is absolutely no question about that. How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later, along with the rest of the murder scene.
The rest of the murder scene? That was awfully specific. Please tell me you have a reason for saying all of that.
I believe I do.
Hey Byakuya, did I just take you off guard?
Ah.
When the story suddenly moved to the crime scene, Byakuya, who'd been so confident until now, maybe Byakuya never even realized that the actual scene of the crime could have been somewhere else.
Hey, don't just move on without permission! What do you mean she was killed somewhere else?
Come on, Makoto. If there's any chance the murder took place somewhere else, let's see the proof.
Evidence that shows the murder took place somewhere else. There was something that was switched between the boys' and girls' locker rooms.
I got it! The proof that she was killed somewhere else is the poster that's hanging in each locker room.
Your proof is some posters?
The poster in the girls' locker room was a picture of a big-boobed supermodel. But don't you think that's kind of strange? Why would the girls' locker room have a poster like that?
I bet those massive jugs of hers were totally fake!
Meanwhile, the boys' locker room had a poster of the super popular boy band Tornado. Again, that doesn't really seem to belong in a boys' locker room.
So you're saying that maybe the posters were switched?
And there's one other thing I noticed about the locker rooms. You know what I'm talking about. right, Sakura?
You're referring to my protein coffee, aren't you?
Yes.
Protein coffee?
While I was in the girls' locker room earlier, I spilled some protein coffee on the carpet, but I noticed that after the murder, the stain had been totally scrubbed away.
No, it's not that the stain was scrubbed away. It was moved.
Yes.
I got it! The stain on the girls' locker room carpet wasn't scrubbed away. In fact, I found it on the boys' locker room carpet.
That's definitely the stain from my protein coffee.
Then, does that mean that the carpets were switched too? But why would anyone do that?
To move the murder scene from one locker room to the other. It's certainly plausible, don't you think? What? In other words, in order to completely swap the scene of the crime, the blood-stained poster and carpet were moved along with the dead body. By doing this, the killer was able to change the entire room where the murder took place.
I can certainly follow your reasoning, but why would the culprit
She sounds like a more
bother doing
coherent
that?
Vocaloid.
I hear that.
Huh?
Why would they go through all that trouble of switching the scene of the crime? Actually, an even bigger question. If the murder did take place in the boys' locker room, then how did Chihiro get in the boys' locker room in the first place?
Oh, this is a long one.
To get into the locker rooms, you have to swipe your e-handbook
We haven't even started with the
across the card
handbooks.
reader device. But Chihiro's handbook should have only allowed her access to the girls' locker room. She had no way to get into the boys' locker room to begin with.
No, she did have a way, and I can tell you what it was.
I highly doubt that.
Shut up! I'm telling you, I know how she could have done it.
Leon's book was broken, Hiro. Yeah, there.
Is it really possible? Could Chihiro really have gotten into the boys' locker room somehow?
Ah! I've got it! She must have hacked her e-handbook! She was the ultimate programmer, after all. I'm sure that would have been no problem for her.
No, I don't think that's it. She used the thing that was in the main hall.
Huh? What thing?
I'm talking about Leon's handbook, of course.
Shoot it.
Nope.
No, that's wrong!
Shoot it down.
Hiro, you thought you were on something.
No, I don't think Chihiro used Leon's handbook.
Why not?
Because Leon's handbook was broken.
Oh. Well, then, yeah, I guess that'd be pretty impossible, huh?
I am struck silent by how quickly you gave up.
Plus, isn't there a regulation against using someone else's handbook?
Actually, the rule states that loaning your handbook is prohibited. It says nothing about borrowing one. In other words, you could borrow a dead person's handbook all you want, and you'd be safe.
Yup, yup, yup! Hit the nail square on the noggin!
Of course, if it were broken, that wouldn't make any sense anyway.
So then, she must have hacked hers, like I said. She used her ultimate programmer skills and...
You can't fix an e-handbook. The instant you open one up, a security buzzer starts blaring.
So, if she didn't use Leon's handbook, and she didn't modify her own handbook...
Maybe Mr. Naegi's initial assumption is just wrong?
No.
It seems like there's no way she could have got into the boys' locker room. So I guess so.
Here we go.
Okay then, I vote for Byakuya.
No.
Is that it then? Chihiro was killed in the girls' locker room and Byakuya's the one who did it? Really? But still, I don't know what else I can do.
Hold on a second. I agree with you, though. I think you're on the right track.
What the? You finally decide to open your mouth and that's what you've got to say? There's no way she could get in the boys' locker room, right? So...
Why are you so sure she couldn't get in? There's still one other way she could have gained access.
What?
What are you talking about? What other way is there?
Well, to explain that, why don't we take a little break from the trial? I'd like you all to come see something.
Wait. Just what do you think you're doing?
Don't worry. This'll make the whole trial more exciting. I'm sure that thought must please you.
Huh? It'll make things more exciting? Well, all right then. I declare an official class trial recess.
Huh? For real?
Now then, what is it you want to show us? It better not be boring or I'll be very unhappy.
Oh, I have no doubt it'll meet your lofty expectations. So, shall we go?
So before I even knew what was happening, the class trial had been put on hold. We headed off with Kyoko in the lead. And where she took us was...
The girls' locker room?
We've already searched this place top to bottom! What are you trying to pull, Missy?
I'd like you to examine the victim's body one more time.
You want to check it again?
Be sure to examine the entire body very carefully. Take your time.
Examine her carefully? Like using our hands? No way, no way, no way, no way, no way!
It's probably best if I don't run my hands all over a girl's dead body.
It's not that I'm creeped out or anything, it's just based on religious grounds, you know?
Ah,
Very
cowards.
well. I'll do it.
But you're a girl. You shouldn't have to touch a dead body. Just let one of the boys do it.
Sakura is the manliest person here, Howie.
No, it's okay. I think Chihiro would rather have a girl examine her. So just leave this to me.
Sakura. What is this? Some kind of secret girl-on-girl action? Is that what you two are about?
I'm going. No. No. Why?
That's not it at all. Stop screwing around.
To be honest, though, they are kind of close.
Okay, here I
Sakura
go.
has a boyfriend.
She does. Wait, you don't know about him yet.
I'm sorry, Chihiro. Please excuse the intrusion.
Putting her hands together in a brief prayer, Sakura then began to quietly examine her body.
Be sure to check her entire body, and I believe we will solve this particular mystery.
Her entire body? I know you say that, but... What? This is... What is this...
What is it?
Not possible. It's not possible.
Sakura's eyes were staring widely at Chihiro's lifeless form. Her massive frame trembled.
This girl is
what?
Is a boy!
Ha!
There you go.
Ah, I see. So she was actually a he. Interesting. Thank you for confirming this fact.
What?
You're joking, right?
I wouldn't joke about this.
Then it's really true?
Chihiro was a guy?
Oh, what? You guys didn't know? Heck, I knew that right off the bat. Chihiro Fujisaki was totally a guy.
He was a cross-dresser? Oh, I'm really on fire! I wish I had killed him!
So that's what Kyoko wanted to show everyone, huh? Interesting. Yes, that certainly does make things much more exciting. Now let's ride this wave of excitement back to the courtroom and get back to the trial.
Now we have all the pieces to put the puzzle together.
I do apologize for keeping you waiting. Now then, let's resume the class trial.
Wrong button.
We've all just learned of the shocking revelation that Chihiro was actually a boy.
Are we being
Let's
filmed?
pick up from there.
Like, this is some sort of horrifying TV show.
Keep that thought in your head.
Yes, well, I don't know his reason for hiding it, but the fact is, Chihiro was not a girl, but a boy.
To think that Chihiro was actually a guy. The thought had never even crossed my mind.
And because the victim was male, he would have had no problem gaining access to the boys' locker room.
Assuming his handbook did, in fact, list his gender as male, then yes, that would be true.
Of course his handbook said he was a boy. He dressed like a girl, but he was a boy through and through.
So then, There should be no issue with Makoto's initial assertion. The victim was killed in the boys' locker room and was then later moved to the girls' locker room. And the killer could have easily used Sayaka or Junko's handbook to get into the girls' locker room.
So Chihiro really was killed in the boys' locker room?
I still don't understand the motive for moving the body, but yes, that does seem plausible.
Well, I must admit, I did find it rather odd. I knew he felt a little off. There was a certain incongruity to his female body.
This is the most titillating situation!
So now everything has been connected. All the mysteries have finally become clear.
Okay, well, connected or clear or whatever. We still think you're the killer, remember?
Very interesting. This has become very interesting indeed.
He's off in his own little world.
What about you, Makoto? After everything we've learned, do you still think Byakuya's the killer?
Well, without a doubt, Byakuya is the one that made Chihiro's death look like Genocide Jack did it. But I think he might not actually be the killer after all.
What? But aren't you the one who accused him in the first place?
He just seems to be too easygoing about all this. Like he's enjoying us solving the mystery. The way he's acting, it makes it seem like it doesn't have anything to do with him.
And you think that might be because it doesn't have anything to do with him?
Plus, the evidence he left behind was a little too... how can I put it? Overt. He consciously chose to use the extension cord, knowing it could connect him to the murder. At least, that's how I see it. And Byakuya, when you found out the murder took place in the boys' locker room, it seemed to rattle you. And then again, when you found out Chihiro was actually a guy, if you really were the killer, that stuff wouldn't have had any effect on you.
So that's your thinking, huh? Well, it bothers me that you don't have more concrete reasons, but it's fine. I guess I'll mark it as correct for the time being.
Mark it as
He was
correct?
testing us?
He's just a little quirky guy, you know? He's just a little... He's a
He
little...
fucked with a crime scene!
We do a little trolling.
He's right. I am not the culprit.
We do a little trolling.
I just happened to come across the corpse in the girls' locker room and decided to alter it.
It only goes off when 3 or more people find the body.
Are you fucking with us right now?
No, I am not effing with you right now. I'm telling you the truth.
What do you think about that?
It only goes off when 3 or more people find the body.
Yeah. He was by himself.
Does that mean if the same person sees it once, comes back with another person, that counts as 3 people? Or does it have to be 3 separate people?
I think it has to be 3 separate people, because it's like, I think it's 3 people because one of them could be the killer. So then it has to be 2 other people, so the person that finds them is safe.
Well, I find it very hard to believe.
Go ahead. Find it very hard to believe. You're free to be executed along with the rest of us.
If you're really telling the truth, then why? Why do you do that to his body?
My reasons hardly matter right now. Uncovering the culprit is much more important, wouldn't you say? Now then, if it wasn't me, who was it?
Well, I don't think I can say for sure without talking about it a little more.
You're seriously gonna keep going? We're all good, aren't we? I thought it was clear Byakuya did it.
No, I'm with Makoto. If there's any doubt whatsoever, we need to explore every possibility, because if we're wrong, we all die here.
That's true. Very well then. I'm with you too.
Damn straight. Count me in.
Do you not have a mind of your own?
Of course I do. What am I, an ant or something?
Anyway, let's discuss this all as a group one more time. We still have time to make our decision.
That's very true.
Our lives are all on the line.
Excellent. Then shall we resume our game of hide and seek?
But if Byakuya didn't do it, then who's the real killer? Who murdered Chihiro? There's one thing we can be sure that we know about the killer. The killer was able to gain access to the real murder scene, which means...
I got it!
Since the crime scene was the boys' locker room, you would need a boys' handbook to get in. Since Leon's handbook is apparently broken, the killer would have had to use their own. In other words, it had to have been a guy. But that's still not enough. I need to find some more clues. Celeste's account. She saw Chihiro wanting to go train.
A single clue that might lead us to who did it?
Is it that right there?
Well, clues are one thing, but did nobody get a look at the killer?
I'm sure if someone saw the killer, they would have said something by now.
Perhaps someone saw the victim at some point.
Yes.
Even that might. Yeah. All we need right now is any kind of new info.
It's over. It's so low. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer. And only the killer. And it's not like they're just gonna turn themselves. Game over, man. Game over.
Yeah! No! Not game over!
And that's why we really want to go
Isn't
for
there
all
a single
the
clue?
Did nobody get...
I'm sure if someone saw the...
Perhaps someone saw the victim. Yeah.
It's over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer. And only the killer. And it's not like they're just gonna... Game over, man.
Game over!
Not game over.
What is that from?
Isn't
That's
there
from a
a
movie.
single
I
clue?
forget which one.
Nobody get...
I'm sure if someone saw the...
Perhaps someone saw the victim. Yeah.
It's over. You want to know who saw the victim? The killer. And only...
No, that's wrong.
I believe someone else did see the victim before he was murdered. What do you think, Celeste?
Now that you mention it, yes, I did see him.
Huh? Really?
Oh, but I suppose only Makoto knows about this. The rest of you had no idea, did you? That is why you're all making such ugly noises.
Whatever! Just hurry up and tell us!
It was last night, right before nighttime. I saw Chihiro in the dormitory warehouse. I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag, and then, I assume, he headed off to exercise.
A track jacket and a duffel bag? But we didn't find anything like that at the murder scene.
It seems likely that the culprit destroyed them to get rid of any evidence.
And that is when he said something that struck me as rather odd.
Well, I better get going. I'm kind of in a hurry.
Chihiro told me he was in a hurry, but why would he be in a hurry? Only if someone were waiting for him, I should think.
So, Mr. Fujisaki was on his way to meet with someone, and then they were going to work out together?
But Hina and I had invited him to exercise with us plenty of times, and he always declined.
Probably because he was afraid you'd find out the secret he was hiding, right?
Which means that conversely, he must have trusted whoever he was meeting with very much enough so that he was willing to risk his secret being revealed.
Ooh, what a marvelous friendship! The point is, whoever he met up with is the culprit, right? So we just gotta figure out who it was.
But knowing what we know, I can't even guess.
No. You already have what you need to make the connection.
Huh?
You know who the killer is.
Seriously?
Who is it? Who's the killer?
Think back to the track jacket and duffel bag the killer disposed of. Focus on the details of these items, and it should become obvious who was waiting for him.
Are you sure about that? You really think we can figure out who did it based on 2 pieces of evidence that we don't have?
What? You want to track down some fingerprints or something?
Even if we had the equipment for that, we wouldn't know how to use it.
As was noted, the evidence is already gone. There's nothing to get fingerprints from.
Maybe, but we can make certain inferences if we just take the time to talk it out.
Easy for you to say, but fine. Celeste, did you notice anything special about the bag or jacket?
The bag was just a normal duffel bag from the warehouse. All the bags in there are the same, so I can't imagine what would make that one special.
Well, if I remember right, there was a decent variety of tracksuits to choose from. Do you think there might be some connection between the culprit and Chihiro's jacket?
Perhaps. Let's explore that and talk a bit more about the jacket he took.
The Does Chihiro's track jacket really hold some clue about the killer? Somehow it's really hard to believe.
Imagine if courts were actually like this.
Yeah.
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise.
Yeah.
So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific tracksuit that he did?
What do you mean, the specific tracksuit?
I got it! He picked that tracksuit because it matched the one the culprit was wearing.
So, what you're saying is, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit as him?
Oh!
My tracksuit is black.
I don't even have a tracksuit. Cause exercising sucks.
I have a white tracksuit personally. I got it from the warehouse, if you must.
Did any of that really help us get him closer?
No way. Not a chance.
You heard him, right?
Do you know what was the thing?
First of all, we know where Chihiro was headed. He was on his way to go exercise. So next we have to ask, why did he choose the specific...
What do you mean, the specific...
I got it! It matched the one the culprit...
So, what you're saying, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit?
Wait. Why did I need Celeste. I need Celeste's account.
I have a white track. I got it from the
Do you know what it is?
No way. Not a chance.
Celeste never said the color of the tracksuit.
First of all, he was on his way, so next bit, why did
So
he choose?
how does he know
I got
it's
it!
blue?
It matched the one...
So, the killer was wearing the same blue tracksuit?
No, that's wrong.
Mondo, you fool.
Hold on a second, Mondo.
just fucked up.
What did you just say?
Huh? What'd I say?
When Celeste testified a few minutes ago, she said...
I saw him stuffing a track jacket into a duffel bag, and then I assume he headed off to exercise.
She never said anything about the jacket's color. So why did you say Chihiro's blue tracksuit?
What are you? You just...
Ah, you fucked up.
Hey, Celeste, what color was Chihiro's tracksuit?
As a matter of fact, it was blue.
And before we began the trial, did you tell anyone that?
The only one I told about any of this was you.
Then, Mondo, how did you know what color Chihiro's tracksuit was?
Looks like we're gonna need those 69 units.
I'm sure he saw the clothes at some point in the investigation.
Oh right, and Taka's bros with him, so
No, that can't be it. The bag and clothes were surely disposed of by the time we began our investigation.
Then the only reason he could have known what color the tracksuit was is if he saw Cherry with it before he died. That's the only possibility. Cherry? Are you talking about Chihiro? So, how about it? Did you see the tracksuit or didn't you?
Just by chance. I just happened to see it last night. He walked past me, and he was carrying the tracksuit in his hands.
No, that can't be it either. According to Celeste's testimony,
it was a bag. She stuffed the jacket into a bag in a hurry. It was almost like she was trying to hide it. And just like that, she was gone.
when Celeste noticed it, Chihiro made a point of making sure the jacket was completely in the bag. If you just ran into him briefly, you couldn't possibly have seen what color the tracksuit was.
It would appear you dug your own grave.
Perhaps. But you handed him the shovel, didn't you? That's why you said what you did. Focus on the tracksuit and it'll be obvious who he met with? What a bunch of nonsense.
Ah, now I understand. It was all one big bluff, wasn't it? Your true intention was to draw a slip of the tongue from the culprit. That's why you said you knew who did it. To put them on edge.
That's right. However, Mondo was my target all along. I had my suspicions about him from the very beginning.
But why? What made you so suspicious?
That's a good question.
The way he talked?
Jerk.
He was talking about Chihiro like he was a dude.
Oh.
Remember?
Oh.
There was a certain turning point that tipped me off. Maybe you didn't notice it, Mondo, but you tend to refer to men and women differently. You only call guys dude. For girls, it's chick. And after he was killed, you happened to refer to him as dude. Once I picked up on that, it occurred to me that Mondo knew something we didn't.
You notice such a tiny detail?
Are you a witch? She's a witch! You're positively frightful!
No, I'm not the frightful one. Not nearly as frightful as someone capable of murdering a friend.
Mondo, was it really you? Did you really kill Chihiro?
I didn't kill anyone! You've been all over me, judging everything I say, putting words in my mouth. What gives you the right to treat me like a goddamn criminal?
Yeah! He would never do something like that! This is a false accusation!
It's true. My reasoning on that is pretty shaky.
That was fast.
Well, this does present us with a problem. It seems we are all out of leads.
My time has nearly come. That's what my little ghost friend is telling me.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Hifumi, weren't you telling me you found some evidence?
Really? What kind of evidence?
Actually, now that I'm thinking about it here calmly, it might not be all that relevant.
Jeez, does your confidence just get up and walk away? It's fine, man. Just tell us.
If you really insist, then, here it is.
What do you have there?
It happens to be an e-handbook. I found it laying on the ground, so I scooped it up.
Heroes.
I got it! We know Chihiro's handbook was missing from the scene of the crime, right?
For a fact.
For a fact indeed. I was totally sure I'd found it.
Then it must hold some clue about the culprit, right?
Well, that's what I was hoping. But it's busted. It won't even turn on.
I imagine the culprit broke it to get rid of any evidence after the murder.
That's odd. I didn't think the handbooks were quite so fragile.
You're right. They're not. They're totally waterproof and shock resistant. It would take an awful lot to break one.
And yet, this one does appear to be broken, as is Leon's, sitting useless in the main hall for all your confidence. That is a remarkably high failure rate.
Do you think there might be some kind of mystery in there somewhere? How precisely did the handbooks get broken?
Hitting its weak point.
I got it! You already told us before that the handbook has one weak point, didn't you?
Yeah! You remember that? Sure, maybe I let that slip. But I never told anyone what the weak point actually was.
But if the handbook is supposed to never break, and two of them broke in quick succession, then
we can only assume that someone's figured out its weakness. You know what the weakness is, right, Monokuma? So, what is it?
Huh? You're asking me?
I think it's a necessary piece of information if you want this to be a fair trial.
But if I tell you, and someone else decides to copy it, that would be very not good.
Just tell us already! Why would we want to break our own handbooks?
Oh well, I have a weakness for pushy demands. But you're sure you won't follow their example? Then allow me to make a special announcement. The weak point of my cutting-edge e-handbook is... when it's exposed to high temperatures for too long, it will suffer a meltdown and totally break!
Do you understand about high temperatures for a long time?
Furnace.
I flippin' knew it!
Remember when Mondo and Havoc were in the sun all night?
You knew it?
So was Mondo's?
Because I found the handbook laying on the floor of the sauna. The temperature in the sauna can reach over 200 degrees. Strange how you don't get burnt, huh?
Mondo, let's see your handbook.
It's because as your sweat evaporates, it creates
Remember,
a cooling
Mondo didn't
layer
take
of
his
air
clothes
around
off.
your skin. If the hot air of the sauna were somehow pushed directly onto your skin, you'd definitely get fried. That layer of air would get blown Anyway, that's why you may feel a burning when you move around. So when you're in a sauna, make sure to keep nice and still.
Wow, interesting. I learned one new fact today.
That is a mere trifling speck of knowledge.
Anyway, if you found the victim's handbook in the sauna, then the killer must have been purposely trying to raise its temperature in order to break it.
Meaning the culprit somehow knew its weakness.
But how'd they find out? Monokuma said he didn't tell anyone, right?
Indeed. Quite the mystery.
What if they found out by accident?
What do you mean by accident?
What if the killer took their own handbook into the sauna, not knowing its weakness, and it broke? They'd realize it was broken, of course, and it wouldn't be hard to figure out why. And once they had Chihiro's handbook, they knew they had an easy way to dispose of it.
I won't say it's not possible, but who would have done something like that? I don't know of anyone who took their handbook into the sauna.
I might know someone who did.
Whoa! Seriously?
I think the one who may have taken their handbook into the sauna was...
Mondo. We're coming for your shit.
Here's my answer. Mondo, your handbook got broken in the sauna, didn't it?
What? Why? Why do you keep accusing him?
Mondo and Taka had an endurance contest in the sauna not too long ago.
Yes.
Remember?
Taka. It makes me sick for Taka.
And for the contest, Mondo just so happened to keep his school uniform on. But little did he realize, he'd also left his handbook in one of his uniform pockets. And when it was all over, Mondo discovered that taking your handbook into the sauna could easily destroy it.
No, wait, hold on. You've got it all wrong. He would never kill. I don't accept this. Show me the proof. The actual solid proof.
I mean, I don't want to believe it either, but I found something that proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt. Card reader? Wait. Hang on.
Let's test Makoto's assertion. If what he says is correct, then Mondo, you broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's handbook is actually broken, then that proves that what Makoto said
This isn't Leon's handbook. It's Mondo's.
is right.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
See? Look!
Makoto was Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Let's test if what he says you broke your own. In other words, if
So does that mean
Mondo's
Mondo
handbook
has
proves
Leon's handbook?
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
See? Damn it!
Makoto was Mondo wouldn't hurt a
Slippery
fly!
bastard.
Let's test if what he says you broke your own. In other words, if Mondo's handbook, then that proves that what Makoto said.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
Damn it!
See? Makoto was Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Let's test if what he says you broke your own. In other words, if then that proves that what
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
Oh my god.
See? Makoto was Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Why does the animation take so long?
Let's test if what he says is
You broke your
own handbook.
What
In
was
other
that?
words,
Slow
if
down
Mondo's
time. I
handbook
forgot it
that
was a thing.
proves that what Makoto.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
Excuse me? Excuse me?
See? Look! Makoto was Mondo wouldn't hurt
Maybe
a
that's the
fly!
wrong one.
Let's test if what he says
You broke your own handbook.
Or maybe the card reader?
In
And
other
it'll-
words,
no, it doesn't have like
if
a
Mondo's
log of who
handbook is
uses it.
act, then that proves that what Makoto said.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
See? Makoto was Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly!
Let's test if what he says you broke your own. In other words, if then that proves that what
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
See?
See? What? Makoto was wrong. Mondo wouldn't hurt a fly.
Try using all
Let's
three.
test if what he said
You broke your own handbook.
In other words, if Mondo's hand, then that proves that what Makoto said.
Well, my goddamn handbook works just fine.
There we go.
Finally!
No,
No, that's wrong! So you just weren't hitting it right.
This one.
Mondo, the handbook you have right now, is it really yours?
The fuck is that supposed to mean?
The broken handbook that was in the main hall, isn't that one actually yours?
What the heck are you talking about?
What I mean is, I think Mondo swapped his handbook out for one that actually works. I think he took Leon's handbook and replaced it with his own. After all, Monokuma said himself that Leon's handbook never should have broken.
That's right! The punishment it suffered wasn't nearly enough to destroy it.
So then, the broken handbook in the main hall is actually Mondo's, which would mean that the handbook Mondo has right now is actually Leon's. Yes?
But doesn't that violate the school regulation that says loaning out your handbook?
Well,
He's borrowing
here's how
it.
I look at it. There is a rule about loaning your handbook to another student, but if they're dead, they're not a student. It's kind of a gray area, I admit. But no worries. If anything, it just makes things more interesting. As such, I decree that exchanging handbooks with a corpse is not a violation of the rules.
Well, Mondo, if I'm wrong about this, you're welcome to say so. I'm happy to admit I made a mistake, but...
Son of a bitch. What's wrong, bro? Come on. Tell him he's wrong. You are wrong. You have to be wrong. Everything you just said is wrong. You made it all up.
Okay, then why don't we look back on this case one more time,
Here we go.
from the beginning. That way,
Around.
everything will become clear, and we'll all see if I was right or wrong.
Closing argument. Okay, so here we go. 11 pages. Hero, Celeste,
Bag.
Bag.
She is frighteningly perceptive.
Bye.
In.
Boys.
Is that reversed? No, that's right.
Oh, hey, new head. Something, and then...
Nope. That one.
This one?
Maybe.
I think this is what it's for. Okay, the rug. To the girls' room. Maybe. Well, no, okay, so that's that. So that's what I'm not used. Okay. So this is the sun. You're right. Splatter blood on the poster. And then take the poster off. Go to the girls' room? What goes there? put the poster on. Body. Yeah, okay, that's right. So now here comes Byakuya. Extension cord. Okay, and then Bloodlust. Right there. And then last page. It should be that one. And then handbook. This one? I think. Let's hope. Right!
Here's exactly what happened.
Did you get it?
First, let's take a look back to before the incident. Last night, Celeste saw Chihiro in the warehouse, correct? At the time, she was apparently stuffing something into a duffel bag. That something was a blue tracksuit. You can confirm this, right, Celeste? With bag in hand, Chihiro headed out, even though it was officially nighttime. She made her way to the locker room, specifically the boys' locker room. But how could the victim, who was apparently a girl, access the boys' locker room? Simple, because she was really a he. Which is why he was able to use his own e-handbook to gain entrance to the boys' locker room. Once inside, he met with someone there. And the person he met was the one who killed him. It seems likely that the killer grabbed the nearby dumbbell, approached the unsuspecting Chihiro, and attacked him. And that's where the bloodstains on the poster and carpeting in the boys' locker room came from. It was likely in the heat of the moment. The body was arranged, but the murder itself felt unplanned. Which is why the killer hurried to try and hide the act. First, pulling up the bloodstained carpet. Then, removing the bloody poster. And finally carrying the corpse into the girls' locker room. A girl's handbook was necessary to get into the locker room, of course, but this alone doesn't prove that the killer was necessarily a girl. After all, Sayaka and Junko's handbooks had been placed in the main hall. Using one of those, a boy could get into the girls' locker room without much problem. And that's exactly how the killer did it. With the carpet and the poster they brought with them, they got to work. They changed the layout of the boys' and girls' locker room in what you might call a crime scene switch. That could have been the end of things, but no. Byakuya discovered the body and decided to intervene in the situation, making things even more complicated. So, after stumbling on the crime scene, he went and grabbed the extension cord from the library, and then he got to work. He used the cord to string up Chihiro's lifeless body. Then, using the victim's own blood, he left a grisly message there at the scene of the crime.
Must have been a lot of blood
he
to make
wanted
it
to
look
create the
that
illusion
good.
that Genocide Jack was responsible for the slaughter. And around the same time that Byakuya was putting together this facade, the killer had having already disposed of Chihiro's bag and other belongings, arrived at the sauna. There, they planned to destroy the last piece of evidence, Chihiro's handbook. And just as the killer expected, the steamy sauna was enough to ruin the electronic gadget. Somehow, the killer knew that the handbook couldn't stand up to the heat of the sauna. And the reason they knew that is because the sauna had already wrecked their own handbook. And that's how it all played out. Isn't that right, Mondo Owada?
Hell yeah.
Wait! No! This can't be right! Where's your evidence? Yeah! Where's your evidence? You need evidence! You need proof! Without any proof, you can't pin any of this on him!
Evidence that Mondo is the killer. That already revealed itself earlier in the trial. I can somehow show where Mondo's handbook is right now. Once I do that, everything will become clear.
A new element has been added.
Oh god, there's only case 2.
Fever time and Nega time. You press the R1, tempo will be forced to its max. Even if you push the buttons at random, you won't miss. Oh, opponent can use it. Ooh.
What?
So, just make it a little bit harder. See, we're fighting against Taco, and I've been fighting against him.
Show me some evidence! You're wrong! I won't listen! I refute you! False!
I forget how to do this. I remember now.
Show me some evidence! I won't listen! False! I refuse to vote! Show me some evidence! You're wrong! I won't listen! I refute you! False! Show me some evidence! I won't listen! False!
Final strike.
Show me some evidence!
This should prove it.
Get fucked.
Sorry, Taco.
If my thinking so far is right, Mondo must have replaced his broken handbook with Leo's.
Show us the handbook, Mondo.
In which case, we can just check each of our handbooks right now. Once we do that,
We don't gotta do that.
Huh?
Yeah. I did it. I killed him.
Damn.
Oh, we still get an A. Damn. 81.
It was that good.
Bro! What are you saying?
I got no choice, man. After hearing all that, I gotta just give up. Go ahead, Monokuma. Get it over with. Ask for the goddamn verdict.
Roger that.
Wait! Hold on!
No waiting, no holding on. Time for the moment we've all been waiting for. Grab your lever and give it a yank! Who will you elect as the Blackened this time around? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? What?
Uh-oh, looks like this time you got it right again. Yes, it is so. The Blackened that killed Chikiro Fujisaki was... Mondo Owada! However you pronounce his last name.
Owada!
Owada.
Unbelievable.
In case you're wondering, this is not a unanimous vote. Kiyotaka chose the wrong answer. You're trading very close to the danger zone. You need to be more careful.
I refuse to believe it. There's no way he would kill someone.
Sorry.
What is this?
Why are you apologizing? Why? Why did you do it?
Now then.
Oh. Looks like Mono's taking a vow of silence, so allow me to explain on his behalf.
Actually,
The story of the murder this time is a sad story of two men. But for one of them, well, for anyone who doesn't really want to hear it, you can click the O button to fast forward the text.
Fuck you, Monokuma, this is important.
There once was a young boy. His name was Chikiro. He had extreme inferiority complex regarding his own lack of strength. You're so weak, even though you're a boy. He heard things like that. As long as he could remember, he couldn't overcome his weakness. On the contrary, he tried to hide and bury himself further and further into that weakness. Carry on on the fragile form of a petite young girl. Chosen this as his way out.
Now nobody will be able to say anything about even though you're a boy.
No matter how tightly he wrapped himself up in that shell, inferiority complex had already taken deep inside him. It was not so easily weeded out. As it turned out, the shell was completely empty. Complex didn't disappear, instead it only grew stronger and stronger.
I'm weak.
Weak.
Once the killing game began in the school, he had no choice but to accept this fact. After all, this world is survival of the fittest. You're not strong, you don't survive. And the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of embarrassing secrets, which of course included Chikiro's embarrassing secret, which I was more than willing to divulge. Though he dresses like a girl, Chikiro is actually a boy.
Hey,
That was something Chikiro couldn't let anyone find out, no matter the cost. If it was revealed, it would be the end. The hardened shell would crack, the armor would fall away. But those around him would torture him more than ever before. Everyone figured being thrust into such a dilemma must have sent him spiraling into despair. And yet...
I'm sorry.
Sorry, I don't really want to talk about it right now.
But
I also don't want to leave things the way they are. So maybe I can talk about it later. After I try my best to become strong, then I can tell everyone.
Only he used a threat of discovery to motivate himself to become stronger.
That's right.
Now's my chance.
I want to change.
I'm going to get stronger and accept who I am. Strong enough so that when someone says, even though you're a boy, I'll be okay. I'll get better.
With that thought in front of him, in the front of his mind, he resolved to take immediate action. And so, that day, he made a commitment to begin exercising. He was prepared to retrain his mind and body. But sadly, that'd be the first and only chance he would get at it.
hey,
Started exercising, he thought it would be a good idea to ask someone for help. They want to tell that person his secret first, and ask them to help him from there. And the person he went to...
Yeah, that's right.
It was me. Yep, sure was. Like a gang fella had painfully clear about how important his manly promises were. So Chikiro probably figured out that even if he confided in Mondo, his honor would make him keep the secret.
Uh-huh.
Thus, Mr. Macho Mondo was a very symbol of a strong man that Chikiro had always aspired to be.
Maybe talking to Mondo about it will help give me some courage.
So he went to Mondo. So he went and asked Mondo to help him become strong. That was his aspiration. Thought that only with Mondo's support would he ever be able to come close to that.
Correct.
So then, that must be where Mondo did what he did to keep the promise he made to Chihiro.
Huh? Did what he did? You mean that's why Mondo carried Chihiro from the boys' locker room into the girls' locker room?
Indeed.
That's exactly what he meant. It wasn't that to cover up what he'd done?
Certainly.
Could have been part of it, but I don't think it was the main reason. Real purpose was to keep the promise between men he made to Chihiro.
But
How does moving the body keep his secret?
Because
if everyone knew he killed in the boys' locker room, we were arguing about she. Everyone would have been arguing about how she got into the boys' locker room, right? Once that started up, at least a few of us would have immediately begun to suspect his identity. So, we were to get Chihiro's secret by putting him in the girls' locker room and stealing his handbook, right?
Then Mondo did all that to keep the promise he'd made to Chihiro, who he'd also killed?
Why would he do that? The more I hear you talk, the more I don't understand. I mean, you guys trusted each other, right? So why? Why did you...
Because no matter what, I didn't want anyone to know.
I knew it.
So that's what triggered it, after all. Possibility of having embarrassing memories and secrets exposed.
What is this?
That's impossible. Nothing could have been that bad. Something he didn't want anyone to know, even if it meant killing someone?
You're wrong!
It's impossible.
Don't make me repeat myself.
How many times must I repeat myself? To judge others by your own standard is the height of folly. Even if you can't comprehend it, he obviously can. That's all there is to it.
Well, I was trying to check. Why don't I tell you? Embarrassing memory of the secret that he didn't want anyone to know.
Hey,
You know what Mondo did? He killed his own brother. Mondo, the ultimate biker gang leader, makes all the hoodlums and riffraff across this countries tremble.
So you see how his gang is called the Crazy Diamond?
Mm-hmm.
His name is Mondo. You know what his brother's name is?
What?
Daya. Diamondo.
But the only reason he had a chance to join a gang in the first place was because of a certain someone. Mondo's older brother was Daya Odawa. Mondo had nothing but respect for him. It was because of Daya that Mondo ever got on a motorcycle. Mondo's brother was his only family growing up. He was the only one who Mondo could trust or respect. He wanted to measure up to his big brother, so he imitated him every chance and everything he did. Mondo was the epitome of a starry-eyed kid brother. Meanwhile, the charismatic older brother had put together a local motorcycle gang. Everyone knew it, it had grown to the biggest biker gang in the country. Daya, the older brother, number one in the gang, and his number two, his younger brother, Moto. In the beginning, everything was peaches and gravy.
Ew.
But then Moda started to think about how he could take over the gang from his brother someday. Brother's greatness, reputation, began to gnaw on Mondo's very soul.
The kid's gonna take over for Daya, huh? Daya created this gang with his bare hands. Mondo's just along for the ride. Can someone like that really be her leader? All that'll do is make the gang look bad.
Almost every day he heard gossips from the other gang members. Which is why...
I just...
I gotta get stronger than Daya. Just one time. No matter what, I gotta win.
Don't fuck with me.
Whatever it takes, I gotta come out on top. And then one night, his amazing brothers retired. At the night of his amazing brothers retirement ceremony, Mondo challenged him to a street race. During the street race, tragedy struck. Kid brother pushed ahead in reckless abandon, eager for victory, dashed into oncoming traffic. But suddenly... lying in his kid brother's arms, the brothers delivered his final word.
My bad, kid. I fucked up. Sorry.
Of course, he knew it was his brother's fault, but Daya never blamed him for what happened.
Hey, kid. The rest is up to you. No matter what, you gotta keep the gang together. 'Cause it's the team you and me put together. It's a promise between men.
Decided to hide the truth of what happened from everyone else in the gang. In order to keep the gang together, keep the promise he made to his brother. He never bet to anyone that it was his own weakness that caused the accident. And as a result, the team was made even stronger under the banner of the kid who bested his big brother.
Daya was gonna lose to his kid brother, so he got stupid and got himself killed.
Damn. Because of the explanation of what happened, Wando's lie became the truth. He wanted to lead his team so bad he was willing to tell all kinds of lies about his brother.
I just...
I'm strong.
Yeah.
Strong.
Oh.
Yet. As soon as the killing game began, he realized that how tough he pretended to be was just another weakling that could die in an instant. When the lovely and hateful Monokuma announced the revealing of embarrassing secrets. At this point, it was clear I could have no problem shedding light on his secret. Mondo killed his own brother. No matter what, I couldn't let the other gang members find out. If that happened, everything would have been ruined. Everything me and my brother had worked to create, been destroyed. His death, could have been carrying around, all would have been for nothing. That's why. That's why.
Mondo.
After I saw what Makuna had on me, I felt with a kind of fuzzy uneasiness. It started swirling around. Never felt anything like it before.
I just
didn't know what to do about it. Wasn't sure what to think or say, but after a while, the fuzzy uneasiness turned itself into a rock hard lump of anxiety way down in my stomach. So right around that, Kira asked me to start working out with him. Right there, he told me a secret. Jesus.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry I lied to you.
Why? Why now? Why are you telling me this all of a sudden?
Huh?
I mean, you could get the secret for all this time, right? And if anyone found out, you would.
But
You're right, but
I want to change.
I wrap myself in lies. I'm weak. I want to destroy that version of me forever.
It like a knife in my gut. I felt like he was exposing a lie I've been living myself.
I have to change. I don't want to be weak anymore. You're so strong, it can't hurt you, right? Whatever secret Monokuma might tell us.
You piece of...
So what? Saying I just
What?
say it?
What?
Saying if I'm a real man, I should just be able to tell everyone my secret?
Huh?
Huh? I was jealous. Just of Chihiro's strength. He had strength to face his own weakness, trying to overcome it. Kind of strength I never had. So I was jealous of him. That jealousy broke me.
What? What?
You making fun of me? I'm strong. Are you fucking with me right now?
No!
I'm not making fun of you. You really are strong, Mondo.
I feel like I could hear something starting to creak. Something inside my head. What did you want me to do? What was I supposed to do? Was I supposed to sit back, let my secret get revealed and ruin everything?
What's wrong?
Damn you!
Why'd you have to tell me that? Are you trying to rub my failure in my face?
I just wanted to...
I just really admire you. I admire your strength.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. I am strong. 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 Stronger than you.
You son of a bitch!
And stronger than Daya. Don't remember anything after that. When I woke up again, he was lying at my feet, covered in blood. I had a dumbbell in my hand, and I was just staring at him down on the ground.
Hey.
I
killed
him. I killed Chihiro. Even after all this time, I'm still just as weak as I've always been. And thanks to that, I did something I can never take back.
Mondo. He was normally so aggressive, so angry. He hid that weak side away from everyone. That was his secret. A weakness like that lived in a heart like his, and it turned him cold-blooded. God damn it!
I don't like this. For a secret from the past, no way. For that, he killed another living human in cold blood. Couldn't cut free of his regrets on the outside world. He doesn't know what true strength is. Do you see hope anywhere in there? Cause I sure don't.
You bastard! Just shut up, you son of a bitch! Go ahead, say that again, I dare you! Taka's cursing.
The hell?
Yep.
I can't say as many times as I want. Is what I want to say, but fortunately I can't do that right now. It's time for the punishing. It's fast approaching.
Punishing?
It can't be. You mean execution?
Well now.
That's what I promised, right? The black and not disturbed piece will be punished.
Ridiculous!
Hold on.
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
Oh.
No, wait.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
You are very into this, huh?
I said wait!
Sorry, man. I couldn't keep the promise we made. From one man to another.
So we had pelted with balls. So now we have the cage of death.
Oh no. Gonna kill him with gravity, huh?
The chief.
This is horrible.
Just wait.
Where'd he go?
Mondo butter. Mondo butter. Mondo butter. Mondo butter. Mondo butter.
Can't believe he is butter.
Laugh at death, and your soul will forever be at peace.
It can't be my brother.
Another murder and another execution. I want to feel again. Everyone's lives are taken so lightly here. I feel like I might be going mad. Maybe I'll just let it happen. As Taka's sad screams invaded our skulls, we were each forced to realize once again. But of course he had to. What a disappointment. This is the end of the game. Byakuya?
What is this?
You're completely insane, you know that? A game? One of our friends is dead. Do you realize that?
Naturally.
Of course I do. Because this game is life or death.
Hey,
I don't have anything to say to you. I don't have a response except
however,
that. Just don't understand why. Why do you go out of the way to disguise Mondo's crime?
What?
Why? Isn't it obvious? Because it made things more interesting. His voice was calm, emotionless, like the voice of death. It chilled me to the bone. Last night, when the murder took place, I was in the library as usual.
Honestly.
So you ignored the nighttime rule too? That rule never mattered to me. I don't recall agreeing to it.
There is nothing to be done.
Well, I don't particularly care. Please continue. The night grew late, and I decided to return to my room, which is when I stumbled upon him. I spotted Mondo coming out of the girls' locker room. After he'd gone, I'd look inside and saw the corpse.
What? You witnessed the murder!
He was such a fool. He didn't have the slightest idea that I'd seen him.
Well...
You knew who the culprit was from the beginning.
That's right.
Indeed. But if that had been the end of it, how boring would that have been? I mean, what a waste of time to have the answer revealed right at the beginning. Which is why I decided to lend a little helping hand. I thought it would liven things up. You did all that? To liven things up?
I see.
So after hearing about Genocide Jack, Toko said he used that to create a fake murder.
But...
Damn. We hadn't figured out who the real... Got it? You would have been dead too, right?
Well, obviously I would have revealed the truth before it reached that point. Of course, Byakuya turned and looked me in the eye. I could feel his sharp eyes piercing into me.
Thanks to a certain remarkable someone, it never did, and I was able to perform an interesting experiment. Once I do decide to become blackened, I now know who I'll have to watch out for. Ha!
Correct.
So that was your reason.
Are you satisfied?
Indeed.
We're done listening to your story. Move on.
Hey.
Something I'd like to ask Monokuma.
What's this?
Oh, I'm up next.
You
like to perform these elaborate executions each time, correct? My question is why? Don't you like them? You know, this punishment, this despair, it's not just for you. This punishment, all this despair is my gift from mankind itself.
What?
You're over-exaggerating. I'm not. These punishments are meant to transform all hope into despair. You mean?
Huh?
Mean? Mean?
What the heck?
Mean. Explodes. I don't understand why you have to pick apart every stupid little... Because if we don't, we die!
Whatever. It doesn't matter. In the end, I'm going to stand alone as the victor, and then everything will be revealed to me.
Ooh, how exciting!
Noble son of a noble family. Truly, you understand me. I think it's... I think this is the start of a terrifying relationship.
That's enough. Shut up. I would never stoop to the level of a childish criminal like you. Let me just say this. After I have achieved complete victory, you're up next. I'm going to find you and kill you. Understand?
In the name of my family.
For which a victory is a foregone conclusion.
You're getting all riled up!
No trash mob for you.
I swear, whatever it takes, I will kill you.
Temper. Sounds like someone needs a nap. Proceeds to gas the room with sleeping gas.
Monokuma's laughter pealed across the courtroom, and the curtain closed on the case of Chihiro and Mondo. But I knew that wasn't the end. The killing game would still continue, because the mastermind wouldn't let it end. For those of us who were still alive, our worst fear and despair kept on multiplying. It was the kind of despair that felt like a blind puppy in hell had more of a future than us. All of our courage, our effort, our friendship, it felt like it amounted to nothing at all. It was the worst kind of despair.
Well, anyway, like I was saying, this is a pretty good spot. Yeah, a really good spot. Anyway, isn't it amazing how that girl went and killed someone before things even had a chance to get boring? Once things really get moving, it'll be like a roller coaster. There won't be any stopping it. Fear and despair charge forward at a speed nothing can hope to match. But I must admit, I'm disappointed. I went to all the pain and effort of making you part of the group, and you couldn't play your part. You do remember you were supposed to make the first move, right? Well, no biggie. Nothing we can do about it now. So just do your best to make things more exciting from now on, okay? After all, that's what everyone wants to see.
So, we have a trailer. There's one thing I'd like to ask you.
As long as you don't want to know my measurements, fire away.
Who is it? The 16th high school student I knew.
Ooh. My, you really took me by surprise there. I know I said you could ask anything, but super denied, ultra denied, demonic denied. Because you see, that's my ace in the hole. And nobody'd be dumb enough to reveal that, right? No matter how close they were to their friends.
The 16th student.
Then there were 10.
Then there were 10. To be continued. And you'll know. Oh, the crazy diamond. Two of a kind. And you want to know what's gonna suck?
What?
Including the killer, the next trial will have 3 bodies. And I think with that, we'll end it there. I've been Player 1.
I've been Player 2.
This has been a long-ass part. And we'll see you next time when we start Chapter 3. Goodbye, Chihiro. Goodbye, Mono. I liked you better than Sayaka.